Many Muslim Rohingya minorities residing in western Myanmar are compelled to flee their homeland, becoming refugees, with the majority lacking citizenship. Mohammed Noor, a Rohingya, established the grassroots initiative called the Rohingya Project. He leveraged his expertise in computer science and has pioneered the issuance of digital IDs for his stateless community.
Identity is the core important factor that actually sticks and glues.
Numerous Rohingya fled the nation during the military crackdown by the Myanmar military in 2017. Almost 1 million individuals remain unable to return to their homeland. Without proper documentation, they cannot freely travel, access education, or receive medical care, leaving them to endure harsh conditions worldwide.
Now the question is, what happens if your own government disown you? If your own government say you are not my people, then what happens? I would like to identify myself as a person, as a normal human being. This is a basic human right.
Noor employs his digital expertise to preserve the Rohingya language and foster a renewed sense of identity, aiming to bolster ethnic connections. His goal is to forge ties and build bridges. Noor and the Rohingya Project are presently based in Kuala Lumpur, where they collaborate with colleagues who have escaped persecution under the Myanmar government. Together, they strive to address the challenges confronting their community.
I am the co-founder of Rohingya Vision, Rohingya Project, Rohingya Language Council, and many other organizations, along with an educational art academy. And one of the main reasons that drives me to do this is because Rohingya is one of the most marginalized and persecuted community in the world, and now it has been bust all around the world. So this is where I introduce all this project to help and elevate from poverty and empower them.
বর্মার আমন ফৌজ অকলের বুড়া হরকত আর মায়া ফাইন্দরে বুড়াই গরিবার হামলা গরের গুতিডং.
They operate a Rohingya language news channel, broadcasting vital information to Rohingya individuals dispersed across the globe. In Myanmar, restrictions barred them from learning or sharing information in their native language. But in cyberspace, they can freely communicate within their ethnic community, utilizing their own language without encountering any limitations.
This is a survival technique, and this is a survival matter for the community. And this language not only disappear, but this language also develop and thrive, and everybody should know.
Persecution of Muslim Rohingya intensified in the 1960s in predominantly Buddhist Myanmar. In 1982, a law was passed that didn't allow the Rohingya their citizenship. Rohingyas born in Myanmar are denied citizenship and face restrictions in many aspects of life, leading to a growing exodus from the country. Noor's parents were no exception. He was born to a couple who had fled to Mecca, Saudi Arabia, and like them, he did not possess citizenship.
We have no documents, so we have no access to education. We have no access to health facilities. I need to find a way, how can I get to education? Because education is one of the key for a successful life.
Noor couldn't attend school due to his illegal status. However, private tutors from the community assisted him with his studies. Growing up, he faced numerous challenges and restrictions. At 18, Noor's turning point came when he obtained a Pakistani passport through negotiations with authorities in the country where his family had immigrated.
That's where my life has started to change, That's where the perspective has changed, that if there is a will, there will be a way, and I will find a way. We are appreciative of what I am today because those hardships made me realize that I want to get out of this life. I want to change my life. I will not live my life like that. I have to make some changes, not only for myself, also for my community.
After intensive study, Noor was offered the chance to enroll in a Malaysian university where he pursued computer science, laying the groundwork for his current activities. After graduating from university, Noor founded a software company in Malaysia, developing programs for banks and state-run enterprises, employing over 25 people at its peak.
But as we move along, that I realized that this is a pure money-making machine. Money-making machine only works if your desire is to live a luxury life. But that is not my thing. So I realized that this is empty. So one of my passion is, from the beginning, is how can we help the community using not only technology, but using available resources rather than contacting people or asking for help. That's where I decided to start new initiative that can impact the community, that can impact the people.
Upon leaving the company, Noor's initial focus was preserving his ethnic identity, which involved digitizing the Rohingya language.
Because language is one of the most important glue to stick the community together. That is the common thing that we all have, and the culture as well. Now the world is now getting computerized. The world is getting into digital. But unfortunately, if these things cannot get into digital, cannot go into this one, then this language will die. That's where my concern comes in. I said I will make sure that this language does not die.
These are letters in the Rohingya language. Noor and his colleagues dedicated nearly a decade to developing and advocating for the Rohingya script, which was previously not compatible with computers. In 2011, they submitted an application to register the Rohingya script in Unicode, which is an internationally recognized standard. After an additional 6 years of refinement, the Rohingya language was officially registered. It is now accessible on computers and smartphones.
Sometimes people cry, saying that we have never expected that the Rohingya language will be in such a global stage. It's unimaginable happiness and the fabric along the community, the happiness that thrills across the Rohingya community all around the world. The Burmese government and the military want to destroy from the earth their culture, their history, their language. Today we can say they cannot do that anymore, because we not only exist in the world, we also exist in their pockets, in their phones, in their laptops.
Noor will make the Rohingya version of the Quran accessible on smartphones and other digital devices, as it was previously unavailable in their language.
That is an extreme magnificent project that we are working on, that not only connecting people to God and heart, but also making the language alive, making a language that has a connection that people can communicate and people can relate to. So I tell my friends and fans, you don't have to appreciate me. If you want to appreciate, use the language, use the technology so that it become more available, and teach to your kids, teach to your next generation, so that this legacy can continue.
Another of Noor's passions is operating Rohingya Vision, a unique media platform established by Rohingyas for Rohingyas. Rohingyas were recruited and trained as journalists, documenting instances of violence and abuses by Myanmar's military regime in both Rohingya and English languages.
But most importantly, how can we make this community more aware, so that a lot of Rohingya do not even know their own plight because they've been disconnected from Arakan. They're getting it through international media, through English version. Now they are directly listening their own crying of their own people, own village, own babies and all this, which is unfortunately so horrible.
Rohingya Vision has received extensive feedback from its viewers.
আরখানোর দখল করি বললা মফাতিয়া দুজিতে রাই দে বর্মার মিলিটারির মাঝে লড়াই চলত দেখি বা রোহিঙ্গা তোরা মুরা গদ্দর আছে দেখি ফুরাদি ফালাত দেখি আনল্লাহ তারা
Along with that, not only doing that in terms of archival, but also Genocide Archive not only preserving this evidence for tribunal, but also preserving as a community memory, so that this community should never forget that how Burmese government and military has bulldozed entire. Now today, 10 years ago, there used to be a village.
Noor has carefully preserved content beyond repression. He is protecting his ethnic history and safeguarding images of celebrations in Rohingya's former hometowns.
So this was our homeland. This was our persecution. So we express that rather than through talk shows or through news. We express that through the songs. We express that through the heart, so that it can be heard and listened and felt. So there's a lot of emotion involved. And we have a proverbs, so that this language has been destroyed. So people are not talking about culture, which is like food, proverbs and language. So we're also trying to make as many as programs so that these things can survive, at least digitally.
The Rohingya's digital initiatives are now entering a new phase.
We have worked on many different projects.
Presently, Noor's activities center on issuing digital identification for his people with support from research institutions worldwide.
Then we have started to think that how can we build our own identity system, not a centralized one, because we are the victim of centralized institute, so we can build a decentralized institute. This is where a technology recently emerged called the blockchain.
Blockchain operates without a specific administrator. Instead, it is stored and managed by participants utilizing cryptography. It's not controlled by any government authority and resistant to data tampering and hacks. Members worldwide can join. Noor believes that the system can be self-managed by the Rohingya without external intervention when producing IDs.
So at least we have a basic human right, which is an access to internet, which an access to some sort of digital identification, that this is who am I, this is who is my father, this is who is my child, and so on and so forth. And so this could be the key for uplifting the community from below the poverty line to at least on the poverty line or above the poverty line.
Noor painted a visionary picture of the future.
I want to make people as dignified people across the world, not only Rohingya, but everyone who is marginalized. We thought we couldn't do anything. We are refugees. We thought we are stateless. We have no place to go. But we used to put our head down. Now we can put our head up and then tell to the world that this is who we are. This is what we do. This is our community. So the idea of the Rohingya project is to build a model using technology and also using experiences and solving a real problem. A real world problem that faced by millions of people. There's many other people around the world being displaced. Look at Yemen, look at Iraq, look at Syria. So now lives are destroyed. So my dream is how can we give a platform for the marginalized community to be a dignified person or to be a dignified people, so that they can thrive like any other nation across the globe.